Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai? Oh, we on them. Buckle up, hang on. There we go. There's another one. That is not. No. A little chunk. Hit on that worm again. Getting smaller. Still a nice largemouth bass. Oh yeah. Are you a jumper? We do need a jumper, don't we? I don't think we've had a jumper yet. This could be the perfect opportunity that we've been looking for a jumper. Come on. Oh yes! Look at you go. Oh yeah. You know we know how to do it over here. We can make them jump. We can catch them. We can do everything, but what can't we do? I don't know. I'm sure there's something we can't do. We ain't figured it out yet, but there's something. So let's just throw this worm again. Let's just keep throwing this worm until they stop hitting. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan to me. Even the little ones, big ones, whatever, seem to be ones that are hitting anyway, and that we've seen on that outside edge. Even this early in the morning. Come on. Now what I could do as a backup to a worm, just in case there's a crazy feisty one in there that doesn't want a worm, but I could throw like a reaction bait, like a rattle trap, buzz it through where I know these spots are, and maybe get one to hit that way too. Maybe. What I'm probably going to do, it's still early, we're going to like move, go fish the shallow side, because there's also the wind blowing on those banks, and fish that, and then we'll let this rest, come back and hit it again with this exact same worm. You know, maybe we can get, maybe there's just fish that aren't over here that'll still come in a little later or whatever, or the ones that were here, if some got spooked out from us catching those others, we'll settle back down when we come back through. I had a fish the whole time. That little guy, I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know, do I? And I'm like, well, of course you do. Of course you got a fish. He's just so little, you're used to the big ones. We are still catching them. Well, I talked myself into trying it right now. I'm sitting here, look down. I already had this box open because I was getting hooks out. I'm looking right at this rattle trap going, you want to try to get the test on this clicker. You got a bait right there. If there's any kind of action still going on, this little dude should get a reaction bite. 3/4 ounce Booyah hard knocker, what I call the zombie white color, white zombie. Yep. Let's go out a little deeper. There we go. Felt that. That is a crappie. I knew it. So I think it's all over out here today. That was a good little crappie. Didn't get to set my drag off. There we go. That was a good one. That is a big crappie though. That is no little one. That's an eater. Not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a big bass to test my drag out on. Come on. Let the good times roll. It goes pretty fast. So most of my moving baits, cheddar. There's a bass. Oh, nice little one. The drag itself isn't going. The noise you're hearing, I'm reeling a little aggressively, making it click from the handle. Drag itself, but it's pretty tight. And we got a little bite going here, nothing major. Little fish, but we are catching them. All right, guess what? You'll never guess. We caught a bass on, whoa, under the boat. Oh my God. We got a bass on our littlest rod, and I can't tell how big he is. It's probably not a monster, but he's sure fighting like one. He may be big. Oh yes, that is a monster. I just put this bait on, and you guys will know what it is. It's the Dr. Crankenstein. I was like, I want to try it on this rod and see if I can get it to set the hook. Well, of course, I do what I always do. I threw it in a backlash, so I'm thrown into the wind. Look at that fish. Always going to come unhooked. Don't come off. This is the biggest bass I've caught on this rod for sure. That's the alphas. You hear the drag clicker. That is a 3.5 pound bass. Luckily, the bait has his mouth pinned shut. It's going to be hard to grab, but that's why he wasn't able to jump and spit it. See how each hook, look at that. The doctor, little fancy pants brother, does the job. That bait had his mouth pinned. He couldn't jump and spit. That's why he wasn't jumping. That is awesome. Oh my goodness, that is hooked. That is awesome, but that wind is blowing strong. That was quite a challenge and quite a catch. We're going to see if it's going to jump. But first we're going to weigh it. We're going to keep it wet, keeping it wet, zeroed out. £3 pounds even. You guys see that? 3-pounder. That's what I thought. That's what I called it. 3-pound largemouth bass on the 522 Super Ultralight Crankenstein Alphas Air TW. That is 10-pound line, and a braid. I believe that may be 10-pound line, but that little Aliexpress bait, that's the one I got because of the doctor, is awesome. Let's see if this beautiful bass is going to jump. All right, what say you, old girl? You don't want to jump, do you? Nope, just swim off. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Did you enjoy that? I'm just getting ready, I'm getting staged up. If you haven't seen it, I got a video where I caught a monster back behind us. But what I'm trying to do in this video, today's video, is we're gonna go those baits. If you haven't seen, kind of did a little shootout between the small and big cranks and the small and the big chatter baits and that kind of thing, and this shootout between these and the micros themselves. Check out all those videos I've done all this week. But now I'm trying to put all that together. Check out the video from today. I'm telling you, I caught a giant right behind us. Go to that video. I don't even know. I'll try to put a name of it right now on what I called that video. But wow, that was awesome. Caught it on my NRX rod. What I'm going to do now is I'm taking this little bait on this little rod. I'm going to the shallows, running it through grass. And then I'm going to take the worm that I caught the big bass on, is going to be our backup, and I'm going to throw it everywhere. Sprayed grass, 1/8 ounce VMC rugby finesse jig, zinkers. But those two are going for sure. A couple other worms, but then I'm also going to rig up. Where'd they go? I'm also going to take this little guy. This exact color seems to be working real good. This guy with this seems to be working. Like I said, check out those other videos if you don't even know what these are. You're like, what is he holding up? We're going to get over here in the shallows. I'm going to fish from here up because I haven't hit this yet. And then we're going to the shallows to try all these different baits I just showed you. And see if we can catch some more big bass. I've caught some big bass today. Check out that video and watch it. Got one. I saw something back there. Oh yeah. Nice bass. I'm trying to make my way to the shallows. But I can't get off this deep end with these worms and little cranks. Wow, that biffle bug hook, anyway, that biffle jig, it's the real deal. It hooks them up. That is a beautiful bass. Not quite big enough to get our clicker going. That's the whole... And I promise you, we're gonna get over there. We're gonna make it to that shallow water. We're definitely getting over there, but these guys, they won't stop hitting this. So let's see if we got a jumper. Ooh, that fish stinks. That fish got a smell. That fish got a stink. Oh, he bit me. All right, we on the shallow side. I'm gonna throw. A little crank. Oh, right there. Get over here. That did not take long. I was gonna say, I'm gonna throw this little crank, a little chatterbait, and that worm. And I bet you we do good. That little guy's been hooked before I got jacked up. That little Dr. Crankenstein is definitely legit. Small water, you better be throwing it. There we go. Got another one on the doctor. Drag is about right now. That's a good bass. Oh, stay on. I don't want to try to boat hook this one with this little rod. It's probably only a half pounder, but this little rod is pretty light. So as the wind blows us all over, looks like the doctor is going to be in the house for this trip. Beautiful largemouth bass, beautiful Aliexpress baits. I'm going to put the link down below for this guy because I like them with those bigger hooks. I ordered some from other places that don't quite have that big a hook. They definitely work better with. Let's see if he'll jump. Come on. We need a jumper. Nobody wants to jump today. Oh, I missed one right there, and I just caught one right here. So I really should probably take a little time and fish something else real quick. And since this worm has worked everywhere else, it's like a no-brainer to just throw it out and just work it across the tops of that grass or wherever. Now, I maybe need to be throwing this worm on a 16th ounce in this real super shallow water. But, you know, it won't quite be as disturbing going through the grass, but it's just one of those things you got to kind of see. As long as you can get it and work it through where you're going with that, you know, 1/8 ounce, it'll work. But if it just gets too gummed up too quick, you might be better off to go to 16th ounce, kind of like that. And I'll try to show you guys the two differences. You see those two? There's a slight dip. The hooks themselves look to be the same size. The 16th is a touch shorter than the 8th, but the hook gap itself is pretty much the exact same. So I like that in the fact that once you get used to setting the hook on either of these, the other one is going to have the same kind of feel. That was just floating grass, I think. Already broke free. We'll get fish. See, like I felt it on something, but I just pulled loose. Right there. Right there. There is a perfect example. You saw me throw there. Sometimes they want that just slower sinking, moving bait. Oh, in the boat! All right, there we go. That, my friends, is a perfect example of sometimes just finessing, playing with your baits. Downsize to a 16th. Got a beautiful bass. Let's see if it'll jump. Don't need any more pictures. I got a few pics of some nice bass today. We do need a jumper though. Nope, look at that one. Did you see that? I didn't even really ask. I was more or less telling him to jump, and he was like, nope. Went in the water. So I'm gonna, whoa, that didn't work. Right in there. See how he comes out clean? That's crazy. I threw it right in that grass. Almost every other bait I use will come out with gunk on it. This little thing, I guess the hooks look big. There's a fish on this bait, but that's a crappie. But they're so small, they go through that grass real good. And they stick in a fish's mouth real good too. Hold still. Will you hold still? Nice little chunk, little eater crappie. We're after bass. That's Bass and Bonsai. We think about changing the name to Crappie Charlie. Or is it Crappie? Crappie Charlie? That doesn't sound good. Got one. I did the wrong thing there, but it'll work. I could have snapped that off if that had been a bigger fish. Put my thumb right. That's the only thing I hate about this reel. I tend to do it with this one. It's so big. I put my thumb right on that spool when I was setting the hook. Got away with it. He wasn't that big, but that's an easy way to pop that 10-pound line. All right, little micro chatterbaits are definitely working. I want to hit, anytime you got this submerged wood and all that. There's another one. I put my, oh boy, that one is acrobat. He is a jumper for sure. Get up in this boat. All right, I'm smashing him with this thing right up there. Come on, doctor. I like to rise and shine. Let's throw the doctor that way over that wood. See how well he goes across wood. All right, so let's throw the doctor right up there. It's definitely a fish. Whoa! Whoa! Get up. That is a... It's on something. There you go. That is a nice bass. Oh my gosh! That's a good chunk for this little rod. The doctor is in the house. We just threw the chatterbait there. He caught a couple earlier. But I'll tell you what. The doctor is in. Oh! Dear my goodness. Here. Let me switch this around. This is. You gotta grab them like you mean it. Okay? Grab them like you mean it. Get that hook out. The doctor is in, my friends. We got a jumper. We're drifting around over here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. He's gonna hold at me. Oh, man. They are as mean as all get out, but they're just not jumping. Actually doing very good. Just pretty much what I wanted to, other than we need a big bass. I know, it's early in the show, but we're already at that point where we need a big bass. If you asked me at the beginning of the year, I knew it'd probably be a small bait if I found one that would be my go-to little crank. I would have thought it would have been a little square bill, not this little thing right here. I didn't see this and instantly go, that is going to be the bait. I just saw it and thought it looked good, so I ordered a couple. And then once I started using it, I realized that is a very good bait. And trust me, I ordered several others that are not very good bait. It didn't cost a small fortune because everything that I ordered was fairly reasonably priced, nothing over. I did spend, I think, $2 or $3 on a few different types of baits. And I'm not saying they won't work, but Some of them baits I spent $1.50, $2 on aren't really worth the darn. I'm not saying they won't catch a fish here and there. Almost any bait you've used at some point may catch a fish, but there's just some of those, man, when they hit the water, they are going. They just have the action, the size, the look, you know, the hooks are good, everything just works on one side or the other of that grass. Oh, that was a hit. Oh! That was 2 hits. Totally asleep at the first one, and I don't know, maybe I yanked too soon on the second one. It's probably something little, but definitely too good. Wop, wop. I knew there was something over there. And that time, Dr. Crankenstein, he couldn't get none of them. Actually, ooh, that feels good. Come on, shade. I'd give anything to fish the rest of the day like this right here. It just like dropped 15. Are you kidding me? Like, felt like it dropped 10 or 15 degrees. Just the difference of having the sun beating on you or gone. It's awesome. Come on, shade. Come on. I know there's one in here. I'm gonna try them all over here. So sometimes this is the spots I talk about. It's just like everything looks awesome. I put my thumb on the thing again that time. It's just like too much, looks too good. This thing was eating it. You just gotta throw the worm or something slower and get in there, because that dude was trying to eat that thing for sure. And you gotta kind of watch where the hook is. Get him unhooked. But that is a beautiful largemouth bass, and by God, one of these is gonna jump right now. Tired of jacking with you little dogs. Get out there and jump. Come on. Come on. Yes! Thank you. That's how you do it. That's how you jump. 3 baits that are catching fish. They're not catching huge ones. This one has caught a giant one. But it's definitely the bait of choice. The problem is if you slow down, well, for me anyway, the problem, I like to fish a little faster. If I slow down and fish this only, I probably get bored. I probably got bored an hour or 2 ago. All the way to the other side. I mean, we got something. Could be a crappie. Might be a little bass or bluegill. What is it? Yeah, or bluegill. Well, that was quick. And that's what the doctor in that little bitty hopper started out for me, for little bluegill killers. Got one. Oh boy, showstopper, baby. Look at that showstopper. We're going to put an end to this show. Little Crankenstein was in the house today. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a wraps with that. As you saw, I'd say this is our winner for today's video. Up in the shallow grass, that little dude there from Aliexpress just kind of got the numbers. We didn't catch anything big up here in this shallow water. Oh, I keep putting my thumb on that spool. That's going to end up costing me. This sucker's running right at me. But as you can see, as I get out of here, this little bait, if you don't have these, Aliexpress, I'll put the link down below. You need to get out and get you some of those. I call them Dr. Crankenstein. Awesome, awesome little baits. Awesome rod and reel combo. That bait works awesome. This bait has its days. Yeah, don't forget, this one will catch them too, those little micro chatterbaits. Check out the videos on the big and small chatterbaits if you haven't already. Okay, GoPro battery went dead. I'm out of here, like I said. Also, the other bait that does work, and I kind of use it as a backup bait. You can use it as a main bait. Don't forget to try all of those out. When you're out fishing, like we just caught a bass over in here. Whoa, that one blew that one around. You know, you've heard me in other videos about backup plans, bait, stuff like that. I've got today, I mean, I'm catching little ones, but I'm flat catching them. I've got 3 baits that are working. You know, little crank, little chatterbait, and then what I call a big worm. A lot of guys call it small worm. But that worm is awesome. And that is, you've seen the video. If you haven't, go back and check it out. That big, I think my scale may be off. I guessed it way over 6 pounds, but almost 6-pound bass. I've caught a bunch of fish. This is the first sprayed grass worm I've used, and it's still holding up. Z-Man Elastec products. I'm telling you guys, learn how to storm. That's the only trick to them. For your TRDs, your zinkers, your finesse worms. Now, they still need to pick up their game. Now that TRD crawls, all that kind of stuff. Their creature baits have a lot to be desired as far as I'm concerned. A few other things. But overall, Z-Man are good stuff. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. You got any questions? Drop them below. Help share this channel. Tell anybody you know about Bass and Bonsai. If you're like, oh, that's a pretty cool video, share it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, wherever you have, you know, social media. Share the channel. Help me out. Bass and Bonsai coming to a honey hole near you. Now get out and go Bass and Bonsai for yourself. I got more fish to catch. If I catch any more, I'll tag them on the end of this video.